Hello everybody, BrioS here. I've been away on vacation for the past 2 weeks and I miss my mechs. And since I came back for the past day or two, I've been playing lots of Mechwarrior 5, so I thought I'll give you an update on my progress so far. It's a lovely game, but I kinda miss Mechwarrior Online. I definitely will be back streaming that pretty darn soon. But let's take a look at the progress for Mechwarrior 5 so far. Here we are in Mech Bay, and what you see here is my latest acquisition. This is the Black Knight hero, the Partisan, which is a really nice mech with a ballistic in the left arm and 6 energy hard points. Cost me quite a bit, but I think it's worth it. So let's take a look at my progress so far. For that, we click on the Operations tab. As you can see, I'm currently rank 7 and working towards rank 8. Rank 7 is pretty interesting because that's when the heavy mechs seem to appear. So I'm trying to accumulate a few more heavy mechs, and for that you need lots of C-bills. So I'm going to work on some contracts to up that C-bill balance. I currently have 11. I used to have 25, that was my maximum ever, but I bought a few mechs. And for that I got to work on some factions. Firstly, I'm going to work on the Davian faction because I have maximized my favor with them, so I get more negotiation points. So since I'm a Davian dog, I might as well work on it with the maximized negotiation points there. I might work on a few other factions like Steiner and Liao, but still working on the mechanics, so haven't really decided. But right now, I am in Ronel, which is a nice spot because we have Kurita, Davian and Liao all nearby. And this position allows me access to nearby contract worlds like Mallory's Will, which has a few contracts I can work on. So I can grind a few C-bills there in Davian space. Galatia up there is an industrial hub allowing me to repair and restock my mechs. So it's a nice position here. And if you zoom out, it's somewhere in the middle. Terra is on the left side, so I might work towards there or towards Davian space to grind C-bills on my right. Haven't really decided. So let's take a look at my mechs. I currently have 9 mechs in my mech bay with 2 in cold storage just in case the light mechs there. And I love my mech so far. I've got kind of a whole bunch of mediums. I do like my medium mechs. I have I think 6 medium mechs. And I have 2 heavies and a light. So my latest acquisition is this beautiful Partisan mech. Very American looking, the colors. And yep, I got this recently. And the reason I got this mech is because, well, it's a hero mech, but with 1 ballistic in the left arm and 6 energy, I am able to use my latest, most wonderful weapon, my AC-10 burst fire tier 4. Yep, it's a wonderful rapid firing, high damage weapons. My 6 other energy hard points, I put basic medium lasers, tier 1. I'm going to work on this mech to get the better weapons, but at the moment, it also has 2 double heat sinks, which are nice. These are my first double heat sinks, and a whole bunch of single heat sinks. I put in 10 single heat sinks, allowing this mech to be pretty darn cool. So it's a sustained fire, high DPS mech, and it's just awesome on the battlefield. So let's take a look at my other mechs. My other heavy is a Grasshopper, a 70 tonner. As you can see, it has only 1 large and 2 medium pulses and 2 medium lasers. So this is another energy vomit, does decently, very sustainable in terms of heat because it has a bazillion heat sinks. Another of my favorite mechs is my Trebuchet 3C. This is actually a high-tech axial running engine, runs at 97, so that's nice. And its main weapons are the dual LRM-15 with Artemis tier 1, and the Artemis has very nice spread, so I do like this mech a lot. It's my second main mech. 3 medium lasers, and you can shoot things at short range. So those are my main mechs. The Black Knight and the Trebuchet 3C are my favorites actually. And I want to point out my Blackjacks. Some people don't seem to like my Blackjacks, but I do love my Blackjack ones. And both of them are roughly the same. Both have AC2 burst fire. This one is tier 3 but mostly tier 1 AC2 burst fires for lots of long range Daka. And to protect itself at short range, I've got a few other weapons like these medium lasers. 4 medium lasers per Blackjack may not seem much, but with 2 Blackjacks working side by side, that's 8. And I removed the jump jets because AI, well, they don't manage jumping well at all. So with the extra tonnage, I got more heat sinks. So it has extra heat sinks for more sustainability. And these 2 Blackjacks, when I bring them along and you'll see that in the mission, I like them to work side by side. And another favorite light mech of mine is the Jenner. So the Jenner, I took out the SRMs and I put in 4 small pulse lasers. Tier 3 4 small pulse lasers, lots of sustained fire. I might remove the jump jets because I realized AI doesn't use jump jets well at all. But removing the SRM gives me extra heat sinks. So Fast moving, short range, hard hitting, really nice skirmishing mech, knife fighting, and I up the armor, so it's very very durable. Most of my mechs I increase the armor because I hate losing components. I really do not like having my parts blown off. Other mechs that I have which I love a lot is my SRM Vomit Brawler Kintaro 18. 4 SRM4 tier 2s are its main weapons. I like the symmetry of it, 4s. Anyway, they do a lot of damage. And as backup weapons, I have 2 medium lasers and a whole bunch of heat sinks. So that makes it a bit more durable, maximum armor. That's a really tanky, really good mech. With all these wonderful mechs, what you really need now are good pilots. And for that, we click on the Barracks tab. And that's one of the things I'm doing now. I'm trying to find new pilots, and that is always a problem. But maybe if I increase my reputation, more pilots will be attracted to my outfit. So let's take a look at my pilots right now. First, we have Commander Mason, that's myself. And he's good, of course, with maximum 60. I wish I could change the name, but I guess that's a limitation that I have to live with. One of my best pilots I have here is Leon Freeman, and I think everybody gets this guy. He has a really high cap, as you can see, and I've maxed him up on energy, but I want to increase the other ballistics and missiles because I probably will keep him right to the end. But currently his role right now is my energy guy. I like to train people up, but if I really need to win, I bring him with energy. His evasion is pretty darn good, so he tends to pilot my light mechs like my Jenner. Another pilot I want to work on is Captain Barry. He has a pretty high cap at 27. So Captain Barry, well, Captain Barry is maxed out on energy 5 upon 5, but his ballistics can go up to 6, so he makes a pretty good Blackjack pilot. Interesting enough, Captain Barry and the next guy, Captain Smith, they look alike. I guess brothers from a different mother. But anyway, let's take a look at Captain Smith here. Captain Smith is maxed out on energy also, but his missiles is pretty high. 4 at the moment, maximum of 6. So energy and missiles for this guy. He's able to pilot mechs like my Kintaro, which has, well, like I mentioned, I showed you earlier, SRMs and lasers. So lastly, we have my first purchase, Captain Beavers. Captain Beavers is an interesting guy. His pilot skills are high, but the rest are pretty darn low. Currently, he's my ballistics guy with 4 out of 4, currently capped. Energy is 3 out of 3, pretty low, but he pilots a Blackjack pretty well, with the 4 points in skills allowing him to lay down that darker fire well. High shielding and high evasion allows him to take less damage. My Blackjacks team to draw quite a lot of aggro, which you'll see in the gameplay. And so currently, it's 8 August 2020. Since there is no time limit to the campaign, I'm just using the time to grind those C-bills, build up my max and reputation. And for the gameplay, I'm going to show you my first 200 ton lance with the 2 Blackjacks here as range fire support and the Black Knight and the Jenna up front. So let's get down to some gameplay. For this contract, it's Warzone, and it's one of the 5 mission types. So for Warzone, basically you get a small payout, honestly, but the more mechs you destroy, the more things you destroy, you get a higher payout. So right now, I'm actually piloting my Partisan, as you can see from the bottom left, and it's already damaged a bit. That's from the previous mission. Didn't bother to repair it because it costs more in the conflict zone. So I have 2 sets of mechs normally, and I'm able to rotate, go to a world, run 2 missions, and then head back to an industrial hub to repair, which I showed you earlier is Galatia. So right now my Blackjack, or rather my Black Knight, is a bit damaged, but it's okay, mainly armor damage. One thing I like about Mechwarrior 5 is actually the AI. With proper ordering, they can do quite a bit. So as I mentioned earlier, these 2 Blackjacks, like this one you see here, I intend to get them to work together. So the basic plan is basically 2 Blackjacks for range fire support, with me up front tanking with the Jenna supporting me. So one problem actually is giving orders to people like Captain Barry and Beavers, as you see here. So I would love Barry and Beavers to be in the rear. I do give them orders to hold position so they can have a bit of range and open fire, but it doesn't always work out. One problem if you order them to engage somebody by pressing F1, attack my target, they tend to run off. So if you look at the top left, the minimap, I have them in a nice position right now, telling them rather to hold position, 2 Blackjacks holding position in the 8 o'clock position, while the Jenna runs forward. I tend to use him as a scout. Giving orders in this game is pretty darn important. It allows you to win with the AI. AI is a bit, well, dumb. But with orders, they can do pretty well. I just wish they would stay in position and engage, which is a problem with my Blackjacks. They always run forward.
New target acquired.
So as you can see, my Blackjacks were in a nice position, but with some mech sightings, they're just gonna run forward. So with mechs coming up, I'm not gonna draw too much aggro. Gonna pull back to my Blackjacks.
New target acquired.
Freeman in the Jenner is way too aggressive. Like I said, when you give orders, they tend to rush to charge the enemy. There he goes, as usual. Gotta call him back soon. But he's there as bait. Yep. Drawing aggro of this locust.
Following the commander.
And asking him to regroup on me. Basically fall back. Here he comes.
New target acquired.
And with the Blackjacks opening up, look at that locust. Coming into range. The tier 4 AC fires twice before I can fire my lasers. So for this partisan, it's basically 2 shots on my AC-10
New target
for
acquired.
1 shot on my medium lasers. One thing about this game, the vehicles are nice, you can step on them, but partisans or rather Black Knight is a bit too slow, so I can't really step on them. You can always pilot a light mech like a Locust or a Jenner,
Going there now.
run around and step on vehicles, that's always fun. But this is a more tactical game. I thought I'll share with you some
We'll go.
a bit more tactical gameplay. So as I said, my Blackjacks do draw quite a bit of aggro, possibly from the damage they deal.
Watch out.
So I always have to keep an eye on them, make sure they don't run off and get killed.
Target destroyed.
Vehicles, well, they do a lot of damage. So as the other mechs, like this Blackjack in front of me, yet again charging forward as I said,
Target acquired.
engage the mechs which I asked them to do. I tend to engage the vehicles because they're easy killed and they do quite a bit of damage.
Target destroyed.
So down goes another Locust. There must be a Locust factory churning out a billion Locusts every day. There just seem to be too many Locusts in this game. So cleared the max. 14 out of 20 for this mission so far. I always check the map by the way, either zooming in or checking the top left minimap to make sure my team is in position. And I repeat, 2 Blackjacks in the rear with me and the Jenner up front. The Jenner, as I said earlier, is actually bait, so he does run forward to draw aggro, and then I order him to come back. So let's try the strategy again. Asking the Blackjack to hold in this area.
At the location requested.
Target
Yep.
Just saying.
destroyed.
Yeah, here my Blackjacks are in position in the rear. Let's try this again. Jenner to draw aggro, me a bit further back, and the Blackjacks behind. The enemy tends to spawn in the weirdest places. I think that's coming in a fix.
Acquired.
So hopefully that's better. Sometimes the mechs or vehicle just spawn like 100 meters from you and that's kinda irritating.
On the move, following you.
So here I have an enemy combination of light mechs like yet again another Locust. Man, there's just so many Locusts. Kinda suits the name.
Headed where you put me.
So these are pretty low skill enemy pilots. This guy is like recruit level,
Target.
so he is an easy kill. I tend to go for legs on these mechs.
Incoming missile.
As you can see, their legs are not heavily armored, so they go down pretty fast. So if we look carefully, lots of Daka fire coming in from the right.
Target destroyed.
This poor assassin charging in. My Blackjack's drawing aggro, allowing me to deal quite a bit of damage to his legs. The burst fire weapon fires fast, does a lot of damage, but the damage spreads quite a bit. One thing about this game, Mechwarrior online training helps quite a bit, so I'm able to target the legs, at least for low skill AI pilots. So with the lull in combat, I'm gonna reposition my Blackjacks. Enemy dropship comes in, which is nice because it gives me like 5 to 10 seconds warning, allowing me to position the Blackjacks and keep company with my Jenner. So Beavers and Barry telling me they're in position. If you look at the minimap top left, this is how it should be. 2 Blackjacks in the rear, the Jenner running to flank, and me just drawing aggro and tanking, doing lots of damage in my tier 4 AC-10 burst fire, smashing this guy,
Target acquired.
easy kills.
Target destroyed.
And the Blackjack also with the 4 burst fire AC2s from the 2 Blackjacks. They take down aerial threats pretty darn well. Vetols are a pain in the ass because they, well, we tend to look at the same level, and with them being high up, they tend to do quite a bit of damage before you realize that they are there. They go down pretty easily though. And one thing about Mechwarrior 5 compared to Mechwarrior Online, there is bullet drop, so it's a bit hard to aim with the ACs at flying targets because of the bullet drop. And I gotta get used to that. Haven't played much, like I said, maybe 2 days of playing. That's about it so far. Just a few tanks to clear. Those 6 lasers just massacre things. I wish I could have better medium lasers. I gotta find higher tier medium lasers. Here we have an SRM-20. The vehicles, they die easily, but they pack a lot of firepower. So this is a nice spot, getting my 2 Blackjacks to have the high ground there. You know, statics to OB1. But anyway. So here we got the Locust coming in. Yet again my Blackjack's drawing aggro. So I always try to do more damage to redirect the aggro. That's one strategy I'm working on. As the Blackjacks draw aggro, I close in, do damage, and the enemy gets diverted towards me. So that enemy aggro is either towards the Blackjack or towards me, allowing me to catch them between my 2 Blackjacks and myself. So that's, well, that's an ideal situation. Nothing works well. Checking map again.
New target acquired.
Oh, then Urbi. Urbis die really fast to my current lance because they're slow and my Blackjacks have lots of range. As you can see from the right side, my Blackjack's coming in with the Daka, doing lots of damage, allow me to close in tank, redirect the aggro to me, while my Jenna flanks him from the side. The Jenna only has 4 small pulse lasers, so that doesn't draw much aggro, allowing him to flank. And he pretty much a good pilot. So as you look at the left side, I've actually completed the objective, 20 max destroyed. So now I'm just killing more things for extra CBs. Additional amount earned is at the top center, as you can see. My target is actually to earn about 350,000 before I bug out, because by then I am pretty done damage. And honestly, I don't want to lose my Partisans Tier 4 AC-10 burst fire, so gotta protect my left arm. Talking about left arms and components, these 2 cicadas engaging me because I drew lots of aggro for some reason. Gonna try destroy his legs, but yeah, whatever works. CT shot works too. Here it is, my 2 Blackjacks drawing lots of aggro. But with 8 medium lasers together, they can do quite a lot of damage. And by the way, the 2 Blackjacks working together is a carryover from my tabletop battletech days, where I used to have max of 2 or 3 mechs, same design working together. So once the enemy closes in, like my favorite team was actually 3 Whitworths. Whitworths have 3 mediums, 2 LRM-10s each. So 3 of them have 9 mediums and 6 LRM-10s. So anyway, that's tabletop. So back to the game you see here. The assassin coming in. One good alpha blows off his right leg. Second good alpha blows off the left leg. These locusts coming in. The tier 4 AC-10 does a lot of damage, but it spreads, so it's a bit hard to do pinpoint damage. That's what the 6 mediums are for. So this trebuchet was worked on by my Blackjacks. They're still firing on him, as you can see, coming in from the right side. So it allows the enemy to spread their damage. They can't really focus fire. So from the previous assault, I dealt with quite a few mechs while the Blackjack was attacking my, or rather the enemy trebuchet was attacking my Blackjacks. So yeah, that's how it works. So here comes another enemy lance. This is the really brutal lance. If you look at the top, I've already reached my target of 350,000 CBs, so after this, I intend to bug out. With Hunchies coming in, you want to target the right torso. That allows you to remove most of the weapons, like I'm working on this guy here. This is the 4P, one of my favorite mechs in Mechwarrior Online. Just blow off his right torso, leaving him a medium and a small, allowing me to focus on the 4G here, which I already removed his AC-10. So that's another strategy. Knowing the mechs well helps. So removing their main source of firepower and then working on other mechs. Basically castrating before killing. With a medium and a small, he can't do much. Better pilots of course can just go for headshots. but I'm not so good. So yet again, another of those 1,000,001 cicadas working on the legs. Burst fire AC, missing a few shots, but that allows me to aim my lasers for the kill. So that's it. With that lance blown off, I think it's gonna get more intense. And if you look at my paper doll at the bottom left, my right arm is caught, my legs are caught. It's time to bug out. In fact, even my left arm is caught. More caught than my right. And I don't want to lose my tier 4 AC-10 burst fire. One thing about this game, you gotta mother your equipment and stuff. So I've already lost a few things, like a few tier 2 burst fire AC2s. But AC2s, I can afford to lose. It's okay. Not so hard pain, or as they say in Singapore, not so sing tiao, which literally means hard pain. So anyway, that's it. That's the Warzone mission that I thought I'll share with you. The AI may be stupid, but with good commands, it does help a lot. I just wish they would listen to commands. So anyway, here we have the salvage, which is my favorite part of the mission. Looking through what we have here, we have a spider which I can redeem for about 2.7 millions. That's pretty darn nice. Probably resell it for half of that. I also like to scroll down to look for higher tier weapons, those that I need like medium lasers, but not many here. Barring that, without those higher tier weapons or weapons that I need, I'll just get stuff to resell like these medium lasers and other high value items. So that's it. I hope you enjoyed the update of my progress in Mechwarrior 5. I will be back in MWO pretty soon because I missed the interaction, and I'll see you there. Ciao everybody.